The following is an EHC media production.
For honest, uncut, and often controversial coverage of all things wrestling, there's one place to get it, with some good old banter thrown in.
Join the Butcher and myself, two-time Knowledge Champion Mike Larkin, along with your host Dazzy Dangerously, every Friday for the Max Wrestling Podcast, with championship specials every 2 to 3 months.
WWE, New Japan, Ring of Honor, and the company with many names and more.
On Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, Podomatic, iTunes, and Stitcher.
We must now bid you adieu, goodbye, mwah, and good night. Bam!
We taking control. Yeah, come on. We taking control. Come on. We taking control of our lives, and this time we are not letting go. Yeah, come on. We taking control. Yeah, come on. We taking control. Come on. We taking control of our lives, and this time we are not letting go. Yeah, come on.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the best 10 minutes in the universe. Welcome to War on Raw. And today what I want to talk about is Cody motherfucking Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, in my opinion, will be the death of the WWE. What the fuck are you talking about, Black Bane? How the fuck could you say something like that? I mean, WWE, they won the Monday Night Wars, right? Yes, they did. Well, they kick TNA's ass in the ratings every week, right? Yes, they do. So how do you suppose the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, is going to be the death of WWE when Paul Heyman couldn't do it? Eric Bischoff couldn't do it. What's her name? Carter? I can't remember her first name. I never really watched Impact, like maybe a half a episode one time while I was asleep. I don't know. That Carter lady couldn't do it. Jeff Jarrett couldn't do it. New Japan, they're on their way to being something good, but it'll be years before they have the ability to take away anything from WWE, if ever. Why can Cody Rhodes do it? I'll tell you why. First of all, what makes Cody Rhodes special? Is Cody Rhodes like the most charismatic superstar you've ever seen? No. Is he the most dashing superstar you've ever seen? No, in spite of the gimmick, no. Is he the most physically gifted athlete you have ever seen? No. Cody Rhodes reminds me of myself in this regard. He is good at a lot of things, but he's not great at anything, you know? That's what a jack of all trades is. A drag. What a drag. This day is a fucking drag. A jack of all trades is not somebody who is a master of all these crafts necessarily. It's just a guy who can do a little bit of everything. If you can do a little bit of everything, you're not the master of any of it. You just, I can do a little bit of this, and I can do a little bit of that. Can you do this over here? Yeah, I can do that. What about these things over there? Yeah, I can do that stuff too. Ah, this guy knows a little bit of everything. Good, we could use a guy like that. That's who Cody Rhodes is. He is good at a lot of things. He's not great at anything. So how can he be the death of WWE? Because he has exposed the industry. Cody Rhodes has done something that nobody before him has been able to do. And perhaps, actually, some of the other guys before him I mean, some people haven't tried, you know, because I wanted to be like all dramatic and be like, not Stone Cold, not The Rock, not, you know, just list off a bunch of like WWE Hall of Famers. But the reality is, I don't think any of these guys tried to do what Cody's doing. But to anybody who has ever tried it, they've not been successful. Yet Cody has been, and that is, he has exposed the wrestling industry. He has proven to everybody beyond a shadow of a doubt. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. You don't need WWE to be successful. In fact, the argument could be made that you could find more success outside of the WWE than inside of the WWE. Why is that, Black Bane? How is that possible? Let's take a look at the trends in the music industry. You have an artist, just pick one, that gets signed to a major record label. Their song gets played 86,000 times a day on the radio. They sell millions of CDs. And then you watch a little, you know, a little bit of that, you know, the VH1 behind the music. And they're like, yeah, I had 3 #1 singles on the billboards all at the same time, but I was eating Top Ramen every night. How's that possible? How's that a thing? I'll tell you why it's a thing. Because when you work not for yourself, but instead for the, you know, whenever something's like the best thing, they always put like big in front of it, like big pharma and big tobacco and big whatever, right? When you work for big sports entertainment or big music, whatever, you might be selling millions of CDs, but for every CD that's sold, you only get a very tiny percentage of it. It's kind of weird that like you're the face, like Roman Reigns was the face of WWE and John Cena was the face of WWE. You make more than the other guys in the company, but you don't make as much as you could as if you worked for yourself, because you're just getting a small piece of the pie. If John Cena got every dollar that he generated for WWE, John Cena would have enough money to last him 25,000 lifetimes. I don't know. I'm just inflating some bullshit number, but I'm trying to get you to see my logic here. An artist like Drake is not an independent artist. He is signed to Young Money, Cash Money, right? If Drake actually saw every dollar that he actually generated for that record label, as opposed to just the cut that he gets as an artist, Drake could buy and sell Earth. Do you understand what I'm saying? But what happens is you just get a small piece of the pie, even though you're doing the lion's share of the work. But Cody Rhodes, he's an independent guy. And so just like in music, the independent artist doesn't have to sell 1 million records because they get every dollar for the product. So the popular guy could, you know, sign to a big music contract, could sell 3 million copies and be like, wow, I made $300,000. This is crazy. The independent guy could sell 100,000 copies, but end up with millions of dollars because every dollar came to him. It didn't get farmed out to big music or whatever. Cody Rhodes was been rumored for a long time to be going back to WWE. You know, this is our last Bullet Club shirt, blah, 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 all this stuff about, you know, it was clear that he separated from the Bullet Club and everybody's like, the Elite, they're going back to WWE. He's bringing the Bucks with him. Kenny Omega's probably going to jump. Hangman Page, a little bit of Marty Scurll. It's going to be insane. That's not what they're doing at all. They are separating themselves from big wrestling, okay? They are making themselves completely independent. They're going to own their names. They're going to own their merchandise. They're going to own the brand. Nobody's going to be able to tell them anything. And because of that, they're going to make all the money. Right now, New Japan makes a shit ton of money from all the Bullet Club merchandise. Cody Rhodes doesn't make that much. It's not his brand. It belongs to New Japan. But all the shirts that they make going forward will belong to them. They'll own the rights to everything. So how is Cody Rhodes going to kill WWE? Because what he's doing is whether or not he realizes it, he's creating a blueprint for other wrestlers to follow. And as soon as everybody else, you know, smartens up and gets wise, they're going to realize you don't have to be the most charismatic, the most athletic, the most physically gifted in the ring. Just put a good business plan together. And if you go into business for yourself, which is something that's vehemently despised in the business, right? It means something different, going into business for yourself. That's when you like go off script and do your own thing. But I'm just making fun. You don't have to go to WWE anymore. Look at Cody Rhodes. There's now reports saying that he has said he will never go back to WWE. And why would he? Why would he go back to big wrestling where they're going to tell him what to wear and what to say, put all these scripts in front of his face that comes off as something that's not as authentic and it's not as fun for him? Plus, they make all the money and he gets a small piece of the pie. Instead, Cody Rhodes is going to stay independent, only work the dates that he wants to work, get all the money from the merchandise sales, get all the money from the time that he's on TV, the DVD sales. Hell, he'll probably start his own corporation. And once enough wrestlers see that and realize that it can be done and that they don't need WWE, then anybody who's got anything behind their name, anybody who could potentially be a star, will begin to work in that way. It'll become the norm. The only guys who are going to keep going to WWE are the guys who don't have the work ethic or the talent to do that for themselves. And those guys are not stars. That's just like the bottom of the barrel. And if WWE can't keep creating stars, we're not going to keep watching them. Why would we watch a boring WWE product with no names in it when we could watch a Cody Rhodes thing or Chris Jericho, who has his own cruise going on right now where every popular wrestler that exists is on the boat with him, including Rey Mysterio, who's signed to WWE. Oh yeah, if everybody figures out what Cody Rhodes is doing and follows his steps, he will be the death of WWE. That's my 10 minutes, man. I'll catch you guys next week.